Just a little disclaimer, this video is more like a heart-to-heart conversation with you guys because I feel this topic is something that needs to be heard and most of all talked about. So I will absolutely be checking every single comment on this one, and I'll try to respond to every single one I see as well, as per usual. I recently put up a poll on my community tab asking viewers, has the internet gotten more or less aggressive? And out of the nearly 2,000 people that voted, 89% agreed that the internet has gotten more aggressive. What does this mean though? Aggression comes in all shapes and sizes, and the internet has always been a space for human beings to be human beings on a global scale, so it's always had different phases of how people make their points. Quite a few of my commenters brought up how around 2015, the internet was crazy when it came to hate speech and edgy humor, and that is 100% true. Content creators had a lot of freedom with what they could get away with, but because in recent years, YouTube has become much more strict with what's okay to put in a video, the content itself on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok has never been safer. It's kind of comedic how content itself has 180'd. A few months ago, I saw a meme on my YouTube feed that had censored the word idiot, and thank God, to be honest, because if I had seen the O instead of the asterisk, I would have been calling the hotline right then and there. So while the content itself has never been safer, the individuals, aka the commenters, have, in my and many other opinions, gotten much more hateful, angry, and violent. And it all stems from the human desire to have an antagonist in your life. Daniel Midson Short wrote a short but effective piece called "When You Make Someone a Villain in Your Life, You Become a Victim." And it's something so true that applies to everybody in the world. I highly recommend reading it for yourself, but the general idea of the piece was that if you make somebody else a villain in your life, you get to make yourself feel more valid. If you're a victim, you get to justify your voice because you're running with the narrative that you've been shut down by others. You get to feel your emotions guilt-free, and most of all, you get to be the good guy because somebody else was attacking you, whether with their words or feelings. The internet is a beautiful thing because it brings people from different home lives, cultures, and religions all together, but you could also say the internet is a horrible thing because it brings people from different home lives, cultures, and religions all together. It's easy to say, we all live on this rock, why can't we all get along? But in practice, that is objectively impossible because many countries not only disagree with what the other believes, but if one person heard what another person believed to be right, they would take it as an attack because it would be the complete opposite of what they themselves believe to be correct. I think the best example of the internet causing a war is none other than the gender war. It's no secret that women have suffered many cases of assault in the past and now. With the rise of women talking about it and sharing their experiences to be heard and spread awareness on the subject, the internet has given women a platform larger than any other to voice their stories and experiences. In that large group, there might be a few who say, every man in the world is a rapist and should be avoided. And because of the internet giving everybody an equal voice, whether it's the silent majority or the loud minority, men will see this loud minority and misinterpret it as every woman thinks this. So then the men see this and say, well, what the hell? I've never assaulted a woman. I'm not like that. All women are liars and cheats. In all of this chaos, the centrists who want justice and equality feel that they need to choose a side because the extremists yell the loudest and make it seem like they're voicing what the vast majority believe. And that's basically how the internet pins us against each other, to use a basic example. The men will side with the men because they feel that they're being falsely accused, and the women will side with the women because they feel like they're not being heard, when really it's just the idiots who think before they speak who are causing all the chaos. There's no wrong side to it. We are all victims of circumstance, and you've probably accidentally found yourself in a fake conflict that seemed larger than it was because of the internet. I'm sure you've all seen the state of comment sections on Reels, YouTube, and TikTok. If there's a guy on the screen with a big nose, every comment is gonna say, bro, think he's Super Mario. If there's a woman on the screen who's attractive, the comments will probably consist of dudes automatically assuming she's sleeping around like it's her 9 to 5. The thing is that if you are the person that sees these things and always finds a way to put somebody else down, aside from flawed human decency, it's actually bad for your health to do that. The article Managing a Chronic Complainer by Manfred Fr.
Kits degrees.
I'm sorry, I'm just a white guy, talks about the effects that chronic negativity can have on your mental health. We've all met somebody, or even been that somebody, who always has something to complain about. Well, it's been proven that complaining and sticking with a negative mindset can actually damage the hippocampus, which is the problem-solving part of your brain. So in the future, it'll lead you to black and white thinking. Pinning somebody or something as a villain turns you into a victim, which gives you the right to complain, and if you're a victim, then you have the right to see the world the way you think it is. And with that presumably justified power, you get to decide what's right and what's wrong. And if one thing is absolutely right and one thing is 100% wrong, then that's a black and white mindset. If you do this every single day, it can absolutely lead to problems in the future. When I was 14 years old, I struggled with this majorly, and I didn't know why. Funny enough, the negativity was directed towards consoles and console gamers. People stopped hanging around me because they'd be playing on their PlayStation or Xbox, and I'd say, hey, what the heck? They make you pay money for online. They're scamming you. You should buy a PC instead. They're way better. Yada, 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 yada. Free online, Steam, Gaben, whatever. Well, I thought I was helping them because I believed consoles were a scam. What I actually was doing was invalidating the things that they love and constantly reminding them that I fully believed they were wrong. Because I was passionate about the subject, YouTube and other social media platforms would recommend me anti-console gaming videos, which provoked me even more and just enhanced my feelings of justification. Because of the internet, negativity can be a lot more detrimental these days. Algorithms don't care about your mental health, they care about you using the apps for longer. So they'll spoon feed you anything you agree with to make you keep eating like a dog that doesn't know when to stop. And hearing the same thing every single day from presumably other people when it's really just a bot, using a very few amount of real people as a voice, will inevitably put you into an echo chamber. Losing people I cared about was fully deserved because of my dickheadedness, and it was a great learning opportunity. And from then on, I always try to talk about things I'm grateful for. Of course, that's impossible, and there's always going to be something that happens, and that's okay. You have the right to complain every now and then. You have the right to talk about the things you dislike. But I just can't stress how important it is to recognize when enough is enough. Being chronically online can shift your view of other people drastically, when in the real world, not everybody is an extremist. And even if they do have different views than you, it's so much easier to look past that stuff and love them for who they are anyways. There used to be a social standard that was, you don't talk about religion, politics, or money. And in recent years, that mindset in North America especially, quite frankly, I think it's dead, or at least been forgotten.
You like the color? Yeah, I had mixed reviews on the color. Some people said they like it, some people said they don't like it, and I said, well, what color is your brigade?
Donald Trump, if you can hear us, please, Donald Trump, please save me. Please save me, Donald Trump, please.
Everybody wants to be a victim that's been shut down, so they need to shout loud enough for the whole world to hear. But the only thing that will ever do is make the other side angrier. So in conclusion, the rise of aggression on the internet in recent years is because of a variety of reasons. On the political side of it, extremists have taken social movements way out of context that have led to extremists on the other side of the opinion to think they're being attacked. And outside of political reasons, the anonymous nature of everything has, and always will, encourage people who have been hurt in the past to spread that to other people. So everybody in every comment section has their gun out, ready to shut another down because they themselves feel voiceless, when in reality, they've never had a voice so loud. So the best thing you can do to do your part in ending this cycle that just gets grimmer and grimmer is to be the bigger person and think, is this really worth the negativity? Because your big, juicy brain might suffer at the end of the day. And you guys are my viewers, so if I hear that your big, juicy brains are in danger, how am I supposed to get any sleep at night? I'm interested to see what you guys think about this subject. Have you ever caught yourself in the cycle of negativity, and how did you break out of it? Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch this video. I really appreciate it. I'm excited to see what you guys have to say, and as always, make sure to have a good one. Seriously, have a good one.